The Berenstain Bears and the Bad Habit. Habits and ticks when the cubs start to twitch or to scratch or to nimble, what they need is some help, not a lecture or quibble. Sister Bear, who lived with her mama, papa, and brother in the big treehouse down a sunny dirt road deep in bear country, had been going to school for quite a while. First, there had been some nursery school, which was pure fun, playing with dolls and blocks, rolling clay snakes, and scribbling with crayons. Next had come kindergarten. That was fun too. There were marching games and rhythm band. She also learned a lot of numbers in kindergarten and most of the alphabet. Now, Sister was in first grade. Regular school was different. It was still fun, and she liked Teacher Jane very much, but it wasn't all fun. There was quite a lot of work to do spelling, number problems, and all kinds of things. In regular school, you have to concentrate, and sometimes when you concentrate, you form nervous little habits. That's what happened to some of the cubs in Teacher Jane's class. Lizzie twirled her fur, twirl, twirl, twirl. Freddie scratched his head, scratch, scratch, scratch. Norman sucked his thumb, suck, suck, suck. And Sister nibbled her nails, nibble, nibble, nibble. Before she knew it, she had nibbled them down to nubbins. In fact, she nibbled them so far down that some of her fingers were getting sore. "Oh dear," said Mama Bear to Sister when the cubs got home from school one day. "You've nibbled your nails down to the nubbins. In fact, you've nibbled them clean off. How did that happen?" "I'm not exactly sure," Mama, Sister said, "but some of them are getting sore." Said Mama. "Well, here's what we'll do. We'll put a little medicine on the sore ones and a bit of adhesive tape on all of them. That will remind you not to nibble and will give them a chance to grow back." The bits of tapes helped Sister remember not to nibble, but they also got in the way when she tried to do certain things. It's very hard to hold a pencil with tape all over your fingertips, or tune the TV, or scratch when you have an itch. And when Sister tried to play jacks, she couldn't get any of them higher than twosies. But worst of all, the bits of tape told the whole world Sister Bear was a nail biter. The next morning, when Sister lined up for school, Lizzie Bruin and some others began pointing and teasing. "Sister nibbles her nails. Sister nibbles her nails." It didn't take long to decide to pull off those bits of tape. And without the tape, she forgot to remember not to nibble. She forgot during school. She forgot on the bus. She even forgot as her and her brother climbed off the bus. "You're going to have to cut that out, sis," said Brother, "or you'll get to be a regular full-time nail biter." "I'm afraid your brother's right," said Mama, who was organizing the wheelbarrow for some garden work. "I don't mean to nag, but nail biting is a very difficult habit to break." "Habit?" asked Sister, making fits so that her nubby nibbled off nails wouldn't show. "What's a habit?" "That's a good question," said Mama. "Come along while I plant these tulip bulbs Grizzly Gran sent over, and we'll talk about it." "A habit," Mama said as she pushed the wheelbarrow along the worn path, "is something you do so often that you don't even have to think about it. Habits are a very important part of our lives, and most of them are good, like brushing your teeth and combing your fur when you get up in the morning, and looking both ways before you cross a road. But some habits aren't so good, like nail biting," asked Sister. "You would like to have your nails nice grow back, wouldn't you?" Was Mama's answer. "Oh yes," said Sister, "but I keep forgetting. Why is it so hard to remember?" "Well," said Mama, "it's sort of like this path. I've wheeled this barrel over it so many times that it's worn deep rut right down the middle, and it keeps getting deeper every time I use it. Why is it so deep that I can't get out of it without a little help? That's the way it is with a bad habit. The more you use it, the harder it is to get out of. Here, this is where I want you to plant the bulbs. What about my nail biting habit? Asked Sister as she helped Mama out of the deep rut. How am I going to get out of it? You just need a little help, that's all, said Mama. Let's plant Gran's tulips while I think about it, and later I'll talk to your papa. He may have some good ideas. I could read the riot act to her, suggested Papa. You know, nail biting is an outrageous, disgraceful habit. If you don't stop it immediately... Dear me, no, said Mama. Nail biting is a kind of nervous habit, and shouting and threatening will just make her more nervous. I suppose so, said Papa thoughtfully. Perhaps some sort of reward would help. A bit of money. Let's say a dime for every day she doesn't bite her nails. Before Mama could answer, Sister Bear, who had nervously been nibbling in the next room, popped in and said, "A dime? 10 whole cents every day for not biting my nails?" "That's right," said Papa, "until the habit is broken. I'll never nibble again," she said as she thought of all those lovely dimes she was going to get. But the way it turned out, she didn't get a single dime. All she got was discouraged. A day is a long time, and habits are powerful, especially bad habits. Even with the promise of a dime, Sister couldn't remember not to nibble. Mama and Papa got discouraged too. "Oh well," sighed Mama. "Life goes on. I must call Gran and thank her for the tulip bulbs." "Oh, you're very welcome, my dear," said Gran when Mama called. "And how was everything at your house?" "Is that so? You know, I was a nail biter when I was a cub, and my mama helped me stop. What have you tried so far?" Well, I think you're on the right track with the dime. But instead of giving it to her at the end of the day..." "What an interesting idea," said Mama as she listened to wise old grizzly Gran. So they tried Gran's idea. Instead of a dime at the end of each day, they gave Sister 10 pennies, one for each nail at the beginning of each day. 10 pennies to keep unless she nibbled. And with those pennies in her pocket, jingling when she got on the school bus, jingling when she jumped on the schoolyard, just wanting to be remembered when some nail decided it needed a nibble. The plan worked, not perfectly. It's hard to break a habit, and Sister had to give some of those pennies back. But in 10 days, she had 93 pennies. But even better, she had 10 fine fingernails, great for picking up things, turning on the TV, and scratching itches. And the next time she played jacks, she got all the way to tensies. "Phew," said Papa Bear. "I'm glad that's over." "Yes, indeed," agreed Mama, breathing a great sigh of relief. That's when Brother Bear looked at his fingernail tips and piped up. "You know, I think I might start biting my nails. I could use the money." "I certainly hope you're joking," roared Papa, "because if you're not..." I'm joking, interrupted Brother. And he was, sort of.